What's going on YouTube? I hope y'all dig the intro. But it's your boy, Johnny Akatsuki. And right now we're reviewing The Last Samurai Standing, Season 1, Episode 1 on Netflix. So for a disclaimer, I know the Akatsuki are ninjas, not samurai, but hey, ninjas actually is an off branch from the samurai. So every time we're reviewing this show, I'm gonna be wearing my Akatsuki robe and my ninja headband. So, season 1, episode 1, take place with this samurai. Oh, and spoilers, by the way. Spoilers. This whole series discussion talk gonna be spoilers. So now that you know. Episode 1 take place with this samurai, and there's a battle in, the late 1800s of Japan. And this battle is happening, and as he's going around, slicing and dicing, making his way across the battlefield, victory is won. Victory is won. And he went into the main leader, and as samurai always do, they chop off their head and use that as a trophy and let everybody know victory is won. But little did you know, this is in the late 1800s. And if you know anything about Japanese history, you know that was around the time that they opened up their lands to the Western civilization, and a lot of different weapons had came in around that time. And that was the time that the way fighting of a samurai was just about over, because now they got weapons, guns, bombs, cannons from Western civilizations. And as you know, the battle didn't end it pretty. He thought he won, but his whole team got blown away by bombs and cannons. Okay, so then after that, he passed out in a trench, and they won or lost that battle. They really didn't explain much. Just know that it was the change of how samurais is fought. So 10 years later, the next scene, they took place 10 years later. His whole crew, as what we think so far, majority of them had died. And it takes place 10 years later, and now he's in a small, poor town in Japan. And they had let us know that under new government, they had changed the way of samurai, because now Japan, the Eastern civilization, they got, more modern weapons, and the day of samurai is gone. So what the new government had did, he basically stripped all the titles away from the samurai, stripped them of their duty, their land, they got no recognition, and then just shipped them off to any samurai that was around, that was left. They just shipped them off in these poorish towns, and yeah, the samurai age is over. And now this guy and his family, the samurai that we met with, the main character, he living with his family, and this big virus is done outbreak. And long story short, his daughter had died. But before his daughter had died, he had went to town to speak to, I guess, this is like their version of a pawn man. So he got his sword, which is charred, by the way, so charred that he can barely get it out of his hilt. And it got all the bombs, residue and all that on the blade, so probably a rusty blade. On another thing, our main character, he got major PTSD. Every time he grabbed his sword, don't even take it out, like he shaking like this. So he figured that, since he's not a samurai anymore, 10 years on gone, let me trade my sword into this pawnsman downtown and get some money so I could get some medicine and food and remedies for my wife and my daughter because they're getting sick. Okay, now fast forward, I left off. Sad story. The wife survived and the daughter died. So he had to cremate his daughter. But on his way to town, there was this flyer on the bulletin, and it had let them know that in downtown, I believe near Edo, Japan. I could be wrong. And if y'all watch this show, episode 1, just write in the comments what the town was. I don't remember. But it was a town in Japan, out of the poor areas of Japan. And basically the bulletin was like, We're looking for any type of form of skilled martial artists, survivalists, tacticians, and I need you to come meet me at this location on May 5th. And anyone that comes and you pass a few tests, I'm gonna give you 100,000 yen. Now, 100,000 yen in the 1880s of Japan, I think you rolling with like American money at that time. That's about 10 million, probably close to 100 millions of dollars. You filthy rich. So of course, our main character, our MC, he went there. He let his wife know after they cremated their daughter and was like, I'm going to town. I'm going to go inside this game and see what they talking about. Well, at the time, he didn't know it was a game. He was like, I'm just going to see what they talking about. They're looking for martial artists. And yeah, I'm going to enter. And this 100,000 yen can change our family trajectory. I can get us out of this town. I can get us a better home and our children, because now that he got a younger son that's still alive, that didn't got the virus, that we can get out of this sick town and we can live a better life. And his wife, all nice and humble, and she was like, just be safe, my love. So he left. So now they finally inside this venue and they met this guy who's operating this thing kind of like a Hunger Game type of Squid Game type of thing. And there's hundreds. I believe it's like 250, 260 warriors that was in this arena. And then the guy came and he basically let it be known that, okay, we got this mission that we need to go to. And it's basically like a journey, like a Dora Explorer mission. Like he showed him a map. It was like, we got to go on this side of town. And I need all y'all to pass this test first. Because I believe that he trying to take down the emperor or the governor, the prime minister, whatever they call in ancient time, 1800 time Japan. And he said, but first, I'm going to give y'all to the count of 20. And if anybody don't want to be here, you can go free. And so while he's counting down, there's this PD guy, police department. He's undercover because what they doing is illegal. And he told the guy like, yo, what you doing is illegal. Swordsman fighting is illegal. Like none of this stuff. You can't do none of it. You can't fight in the street. You can't be a swordsman. All that is illegal under this new government. And I'm going to arrest everyone that's here and I'm going to arrest you. And then this guy who's running this operation, he ain't paying them no mind. He's still counting. And this guy was like, well, I'm going to take you in. And he came out with his sword, started running on hard. And this little skinny, scrawny guy that's running this whole operation, I know he can't fight. He just acting like this because he got all these thugs around him. He's still counting down. And then while this guy trying to kill him, he got one of his minions came and just slit his head clean off. I'm talking about so fast, like Goku instant transmission. Only thing you saw is blood just, and then his head just dropped and rolled across the mat. And then the man was like, sorry for the interruption, talking to all the warriors. Sorry for the interruption, but yeah, I'm going to continue counting. So eventually, he finally got down the count. And nobody left. And he was like, okay, you guys are brave warriors. So now let me tell you how this mission is going to start. For starters, it's too much of y'all. It's too much of y'all. Over 200. And that's way too much. So what we're going to do, so he gave everybody tags that had different numbers on them. He gave everybody different tags that had number like 1 through 5 or 1 through 7. I think it was 1 through 7 that's on their tag, on the number that's on their tag. And he was like, it's a battle royale. Do whatever you can. But I need y'all to get your tags up to the number of 10. And when you get your tags up to the number of 10, you can meet me at the gate. And if you meet me at the gate without your tags being the number 10, you would die on spot. And now all these other warriors done panicked and they got scared because they didn't know they was going to die. And the guy was like, well, you read the bulletin and it said 100,000 yen. Y'all didn't thought it through. So y'all just came for the money. So I'm telling you what you can do to get this money. So everybody who was panicking, scared, trying to run, they're trying to run to the door, break out. and the guy shot him. His minions, he got minions with guns and rifles and arrows lining up. And when the guys at the door, about 20 of them, line up trying to break out, shot him dead, moved them out the way. The people that didn't run, the guy that's running this whole operation, I need to get all these guys' names. It always take me like 2 or 3 episodes to learn everybody's name on a new series. That's just how it is. I'm not good with names. But anyways, he moved all the dead bodies that he just killed, and he told the rest of the members, like, y'all got to daybreak. I need you guys to get at least 10 points of name tag wrapped around your neck by daybreak. And if you don't, whoever don't make it, the rest of y'all is getting exterminated. And so he immediately left, closed the gate, and then all hell just broke loose. I'm talking about Battle Royale, Ghost of Tsushima type stuff. Like, everybody just going crazy. Now our MC, he's in the corner shaking because he got PTSD out the AZZ. Just shaking, shivering, everybody fighting around him. And he just guarding, and he got his katana blade just blocking everybody, trying to dodge. He don't even want to fight. He don't even want to take his sword out the hilt. Now, I don't even know if his sword is actually damaged. He just took his sword out about this much, and you saw a little bit of charred, but we really don't know if his whole sword like that. And I know a katana blade like fire is forged in fire. Fire really ain't gonna destroy a well-forged katana blade. I know that for a fact. But anyways, he don't want to fight. So everybody fighting around him, going all crazy. I'm talking about an epic battle scene. I'm talking epic. So much casualties. So many people heads getting chopped off. So much blood. I'm talking people dying the worst way, getting stabbed up in the privates, getting their eyes gouged out. I'm talking about pure violent rated R. Mwah. I love it. But anyways, he just losing his mind going back and forth. Like, this remind me of the battle that I was 10 years ago. Like, he going crazy. But what got him to snap out of it, he saw this young girl. She looked like she's no more older than 14 years old. She's one of the warriors there. And the young girl had looked just like his daughter. So it reminded him of his daughter. So he looking at this girl and he's like, oh my goodness, there's a child here. And then he started getting flashback to his daughter. And because the girl, the warrior that was there, she had looked all timid. I mean, obviously, I don't think she was scared because obviously if she's there, she's a warrior. She know how to fight somewhat. But she did look kind of timid. Like she was second guessing, like shivering. And people trying to kill her. I ain't gonna lie. And she ain't doing no killing blow. But she's blocking. She evaded. You know what I'm saying? All scared and timid. And he's trying to run to save her because he look at this girl and he see his daughter. And then he saw his daughter died and had flashbacks of like the days before when he just cremated his daughter, and he was like, I gotta save this girl. So that kind of snapped him out of his PTSD a little bit. And he just went to this girl and be like, I'm gonna save you. I'm gonna protect you. And the girl tell her that, tell him thank you or whatever. But people are still after them. And the only way they can pass this round, they have to get at least 10 points on their name tag, which is you have to kill or somehow get the name tags from other people. So this whole entire episode, they invading, he don't want to kill nobody, and then he running, and I'm talking about craziness. But long story short, he kind of snapped out of it, and then he found the girl, and then they went into hiding. And then a big tall guy found him and wanted to kill them because he needed their name tags. But then somebody else came and saved them and killed the tall, big guy. And the guy that killed the tall, big guy that trying to kill our MC and the girl, he grabbed the tag and was like, I'm going to grab this tag, but don't go slicing at me. I don't want to harm you. He grabbed the tag and looked at the girl and our MC and throw the tag to him. And it was like, our MC was like, what game is you trying to play? And the guy basically told him, ain't no game, because I know who you are. Like, you need to fight for real. You need to fight for real. And he called him by his nickname, the Manslayer. That's his nickname. That was his nickname when he was a samurai, the Manslayer. And he just looked shocked, like, dang, you know who I am. And he's like, hey, you got to fight for real. Because if you don't fight for real, they will kill you. So They left out of the building and they done had their tag. The tag that the guy had killed the tall guy that was going to kill our MC and the girl. Our MC had give the tag to the girl, so now she got her enough points for her to get through the next gate. But our MC don't. And she was like, so what are you gonna do? Like, you don't have your tag. And he was like, don't worry about it. We're gonna figure it out on our way out of here. So they got out of there. Oh, and by the way, when y'all watch this show, please watch this show in Japanese. It is so much better. It's like watching a live action anime, because this show, The Last Standing Samurai, is actually started out as an ancient novel, and then that novel got adapted into a manga, and then that manga got adapted into this show, which is not behind me because my screen done went to sleep. Don't you love when that happened, when the screen goes to sleep? Sorry about that. But anyways, what I left off. Oh yeah, so he said not to worry about that. We're gonna don't worry about that. I'm gonna keep you alive. So on their way out, convenient, this big, tall, sumo-looking guy got this tag, and the tag got this amount of points that our MC need to get to the next gate. So the big sumo guy tried to battle our MC. Long story short, he defeated him without killing him, but he grabbed his tag. But then all the other people that was behind him, they just came up on this big sumo guy and just started shanking him like, yeah. But anyways, he got the tag, and now he got enough points to get to the next checkpoint. And him and the girl made it to the checkpoint before daybreak. And then after they make it to the next checkpoint, they have to go on, they got a map, and they have to go on this trail through Japan. But now on his way through this trail, these other warriors is battling out. And then at the end of the show, there was like a kind of like a mid-credit scene where the guy was like, basically this whole thing is just a big charade. What this guy want, he want to kill all the last standing samurai. Like, he want all the samurai dead for whatever reason, I don't know. I never read the novel. I never read the manga. I'm just hearing, I didn't even know there was a manga series. Like, and so yeah, after this show, definitely going to get into the manga and the novel. I can't get into it now. I done found it. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to watch these 6 episodes. Then I'm going to go into the manga. Then I'm going to go into the novel. Because I'm pretty sure the novel is probably not in English. I love reading and I love watching in Japanese with subtitles. But I can't read Japanese. I ain't that fluent. I ain't that bilingual. Yet, that is. But anyways, yeah. So his big charade is, I think he just want all the samurais dead. For whatever reason, I don't know. But yeah. That's my quick, summary of what happened in episode 1. If I have to rate this episode, this show was badass. Like, it was perfect. A perfect pilot episode. I gotta give this episode a 10. 10 Rasta Flames. This was fire. You got 2 battle scenes. I done got into the plight of this RMC. Like, they showed the emotional beats. They show that he's just not some crazy warrior. You know what I'm saying? He's a family man at that. And he basically doing all this for his family. But like the Squid Game and the Hunger Games, like, you got some people controlling all this stuff. And I think eventually his hands is going to get dirty. But yeah, that's my thoughts, man. That's my thoughts. And if you like this video, please like this video. Comment what you think about this show. We can chat it up in the comments. And please consider subscribing. And I'm out. When I'm wearing my Akatsuki, call me Johnny Akatsuki, not Johnny Rastafari at this moment. But hey, as I always say, peace, one love, one heart, one mind. Rastafari.